That was unfortunate. Okay, look, Steelers, they lost again. There hasn't been a coach in the Super Bowl era that has missed the conference championship game 8 consecutive years amongst Steelers coaches. It just hasn't happened. No Steelers coaches. No Steelers coach. Okay. Super Bowl era, missed the NFC championship game 8 consecutive years. Tomlin has officially done that. James, is it time? Should the Steelers move on from Tomlin?
Yes. I think they should move on from Coach Tomlin. I think Coach Tomlin needs a fresh start like the Andy Reid needed a fresh start. Coaches that accomplished a lot in that city, won a lot of football games, been to Super Bowls. I know Andy Reid never accomplished a win in Philadelphia Super Bowl-wise, but he was an excellent head coach out there, a new start, and he is doing really, really well for himself. When I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, right, you can say whatever you want to say about Coach Tomlin, but he wins. And the second thing you say is he's a defensive coach, and his defense is elite, right? The last 6 games, and I will never use the quit word again because I still apologize to Dak Prescott for saying he quit. But the last 6 games, the Steelers' defense has allowed 38 points per game.
Oh, my God.
That's got to be false.
418 yards per game.
What?
6.3 yards per play. 155 rushing yards per game.
That's crazy.
It ain't that Mike Tomlin cannot coach anymore. You cannot tell me that. The message is watered down, in my humble opinion, once your defense starts playing like this. And then you see the way they finish the year when you know that. We've all been there when you know that, hey, man, when you lose these playoff games, they got a garbage bag in front of your locker when you get back because you got to get all your cleats and all that stuff out of there because we're going to put some new ones in for next year. You got to pack all this stuff up and get it going. The Steelers did not fight for Coach Tomlin. And that, to me, means that your message is getting watered down and you really are kind of losing this team. And it doesn't mean you're not a good football coach because I think 31 other teams will be knocking down your door for you to be the coach of their team. But I think the message in Pittsburgh has watered down. I think it's time for a fresh start for Mike Tomlin, in my humble opinion, when I start seeing your defense playing like this.
Should the Steelers move on from Tomlin? No. I think Mike Tomlin should move on from the Steelers. I think it's time. And I was one of the proponents of him staying and just everything he's meant to that organization. But when you really look at it and you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, you look at Andy Reid, you look at Sean Payton, how they were able to move on and find success. I agree 1,000% with you, my man. The message is watered down. That's the issue. Like there's some Steelers insiders saying they're not planning on moving on from Mike Tomlin. Interesting wording for me, not planning. And then you go out and you look at all the rest of the head coach openings, I believe there are 5. Mike Tomlin would be the #1 candidate on everyone else's board. And I said this on social media, I'm going to say it now. I don't know anything. Let me just preface this. I would not be surprised or shocked if the reason that Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy have not been talking about a contract is because I believe Jerry Jones may have wanted to see how this wild card weekend shook out. If I'm Jerry Jones and I'm moving on from Mike McCarthy, who might need a fresh start because his contract's expiring, I believe, tomorrow, why not make a run at Mike Tomlin? Why not try to trade for him? If he doesn't trade for him, hey, say Tomlin be like, I need a fresh start. I just think the message in Dallas and what he could do with the Dallas Cowboys roster of players, building it there, I think it would be a fascinating move. I implore Jerry Jones to go and do that because I know what Mike Tomlin is. Without a doubt, in my opinion, it makes the most sense in the world for Tomlin, if he were to leave, to then go to the Dallas Cowboys, another big brand.
Yeah. I had the same thing Chase had. It's crazy. My notes are the same. I said, it's not the Steelers. I think it's time for Tomlin to remove himself from the Steelers. He's still a great coach. He's still a great coach that no matter who he has in that locker room, at quarterback, at running back, wherever it is, wide receivers, defense, he finds a way to get to the playoffs, no matter how bad. With other coaches, if they don't have certain rosters, they can't get to the playoffs. Yeah. So he shows you he's still a good coach. He's still a great coach. I think it's time to move on, man. When you talk about the reset button, go somewhere else for now. You could have your own setup, your own game plan. Where the Steelers, I think it was a brand of football we're used to. Great defense, run the ball well. you know, Big Ben for a long period of time was really, really great. And then he had a period where he wasn't as great. And, like, since then, we just carried the same thing. Great defense, great running game. Them days are over with. I look at his first 10 years in the playoffs, he was 8-6. Now his last 8 years, he's 0-5. It's like this is a different, and then sometimes you need a reset. It's like a relationship. Man, I love her so much. This is my baby, right? I love her smell, I love her touch, I love her hair, I love everything about her. And then we get to a point where, like, everything she does gets on my nerves. She get in the shower. Oh, I mean, she could at least wash it, put her towel up. You know what I'm saying? Little things. We brush our teeth in the morning together. She leaves now, it's like, she didn't put her toothbrush away. Like, everything bothers you now because it's been a long period of time where they had the big window. Think about it. They had a great defense. They had Antonio Brown. They had Le'Veon Bell, and they had Big Ben. That window is closed now. Now you're trying to find another window. Go to a new team, a new house. It's mad windows, mad backyards. Start over with, man.
It's fascinating to me, and I'm sure this happens to everybody at the desk, viewers at home. It's a very interesting thing where people will come up to me. It happened to me 2 weekends ago in Austin. Hey, Emmanuel, my son, 15 years old, you got any wise words of instruction for him? And Chase, whenever somebody does that to me, a father, hey, my son's 15, my daughter's 16, you got anything to tell him, about this life? I'm like, you the dad? What you want me to tell him that you can't tell him? And then they'll tell me, well, they just don't listen to me. That's how I feel the Steelers are with Mike Tomlin. They just don't listen to him anymore. You need somebody else to say potentially the exact same thing. They just don't listen to him.
Very true.
The primary argument people suggest for why the Steelers should keep Mike Tomlin is, well, somebody else would hire him immediately. Great. Let that somebody else. Steelers no longer need Mike Tomlin because they're not listening anymore. I have never seen a Steelers team play without energy and effort. And when I was watching that game, particularly this one play I want to show you, Minkah Fitzpatrick, an all-pro caliber type of player, I'm sitting there like, Minkah, why are you not sprinting full speed to lay a hit on Lamar Jackson? Like, Minkah shuts it down as Lamar shuts it down. I'm like, Minkah, submarine torpedo, hit him at the knees, hit him at the waist, hit him in the chest, hit him somewhere, please. I have never seen a Steelers team play with such lackadaisical energy and effort. And furthermore, if Tomlin's a defensive guy, where is the defense? Y'all do realize the Steelers haven't even had a lead the last 5 games. Forget not winning them. They haven't even held a lead. The Steelers organization has been around since 1933. This is only the 3rd time in the history of the franchise, the last time was in 1969, that the Steelers have gone 5 consecutive games without ever holding a lead. It's not just rock bottom, it's the bottom of the rock, people.
And that's crazy because that's a wild stat. This offseason is going to need to be a full rebuild for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why not start fresh with a new head coach, get in some new blood, get in some new thoughts? Like Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, free agents. Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, free agents. Van Jefferson, free agent. Some corners, free agent. Like, they have a lot of free agents coming up in March. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, not only at Tomlin, but at the quarterback position as well.
I knew it was over when Russell Wilson, after they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals, and he walked up to Cam Hayward on that field and he said, hey, man, hey, goal's still the same. Hey, keep your head. And Cam was looking at him like, it's over, dog. Like,
what a freaking performance. Chase, you're the quarterback. We're talking quarterbacks. Yeah. Privileged to have you on the show as always. Hey, Jayden, was it a good win for him or a bad loss for Baker?
Great win. Great. Not a good win, a great win. On the road, hostile environment. He has 3 games this year, and it's one of the tops in NFL history where there's no punts and no turnovers. And I'm going to say it. I think he's going to.
Yeah, say that.
I was about to get to my line right there. 3 games this year, week 2, week 3, and the wild card playoff, where this team does not have any punts and he has no turnovers. No punts and no turnovers. And yeah, I'm going to say it. This dude will be the next great quarterback in the NFL. It is impossible not to love what he's put on tape all year long. You go down there, the situation in the atmosphere, it's never too big for him. He reminds me just the way he plays the game early and his demeanor, just his demeanor, he reminds me of Lamar Jackson. Like when he's out there and he's just relaxed, he's calm, it's not too big for him. He knows where to go with the football. The ball comes out of his hands quickly. If stuff's not there, he runs. He's a pocket passer first, who then can beat you with his legs. We're going to show some film later in this block that'll show that to you. But I was super impressed. Look, Baker made some mistakes down the stretch.
Yes, he did.
I get that. Some detailed mistakes. Understood. This is the story about Jayden Daniels and that the Commanders have a freaking stud on their hands for years to
I
come.
can't wait for that tape because I want to rewatch what Jayden did that was so special again. James, where you at with it? Bad Baker loss or good Jayden win?
You didn't think it was?
No, it was amazing. I want to rewatch it again.
Okay.
Like I'm that giddy to see it.
It was a great Jalen Hurts win, and it was a great.
Whoa.
I mean,
It was not a great game.
it was not. I'm at that game. I'm at that game still. I'm at that game. My bad.
I'm doing my job.
Jay said, whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa.
man.
Jayden Daniels. I'm at that game still. He's like, hold on. It was a great Jayden Daniels win. Number one, he's cool and calm in the pocket. The moment wasn't too big. Number two, shout out to Coach Quinn. For you to come out here and put together a game plan and say, hey, man, in this meeting, I know it's your first playoff game, dog, but hey, every fourth down, we going for. No pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, to put the ball in the young player's hands, and he delivered for his coach. And then to put the game away with a run, it should have been a tackle for loss. But he's stiff-arming. He's making it look really, really easy, like a Lamar Jackson, and he is in year one. From the get-go, the bomb that he threw to Scary Terry, a perfect throw, outside shoulder. It was a great catch, too, by Scary Terry. But the dude is phenomenal, and he's making the game look so easy. Like, the game has slowed down for him so much in year one. It's crazy.
It's crazy,
and you can tell it's slowing down by even the way he's running and moving. Like, he knows when to run. He's out running people. And then just how fast he gets the ball out of his hands. That lets me know I know exactly what you're doing. Yeah. If you in zone coverage, I know exactly where I'm going with the football. If you in man, I know exactly what I'm going to do with the football. The ball is coming out of his hands fast. It was very impressive for him to go play like that on the road, cool and calm, and make the plays that he made to win the game. Fourth down touchdown, and then you got to go and pick up the first down on third down to end the game. Big-time game by the young fella,
Young
man.
boy, man. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
It gets me emotional.
It's so good. He really is so good.
When you see somebody so young and so talented, so good, you're like, God, his future is so bright.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like your kid getting honors, right? And then, like, you know, Harvard's coming, you know Prince is coming, and they come, like, oh, you know what I mean? That's how I felt. Jayden Daniels is a great win. Even though a bad Baker play, I won't even get into that because I know people on this desk love Baker, right? But I won't even get into that. It was a great win, but I'm also scared. I'm also nervous.
Oh,
for?
Why?
Jayden Daniels is going to be the best quarterback in my division, not next year. That's how good he is. He's a rookie. And I was trying to compare his year versus C.J. Stroud's year last year.
Yeah.
And C.J. played really, really well, too, though. But the difference is the ball's always in Jayden Daniels' hands.
Yeah.
We're going to throw it.
I don't think it's close. Yeah.
And then I'm going to run it. And if you really see how his body frame is, he's skinny. He's like a cat out there. You can't hit him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, there's certain players out there that are special. I played with Michael Vick, one of the greatest scramblers of all time, right? But then I look at Lamar, I'm like, yo, even though Vick is great,
Different levels.
it's different levels with Lamar. You see the way Lamar, you can't even really hit him. Vick would get hit sometimes, he might be out, whatever. He's too slippery. When I watch Jayden Daniels, he's slippery like that. There's nothing he can do. And another thing, this big win right here shows me that us on this desk and everybody on TV, we bet not never put Caleb Williams' name with Jayden Daniels' name. We cannot do that. No, we cannot. And you know, I don't.
This early, never ever.
I don't grade rookies, bro. You know I don't do that. But when I see that, like, you single-handedly took over that game by yourself. Now, not by yourself. You had wide receivers, you know, Terry McLaurin went busy. But this simple things. You're getting pressure on your back foot. You letting a bomb go?
Insane.
Placement, ball placement. Not scared to blitz. You know Todd Bowles is going to blitz you. I coach him. I know how good he is. He going to blitz a rookie? Yeah. He wasn't even fazed by it. No. And the last thing, you going on fourth down over and over again, as in imagine a really good coach saying, I got a rookie quarterback. We're going to go for the fourth down every time. You don't do that. Yeah. You protect the rookie, right? You try to make it easy for him. Not this rookie, because he ain't your average rookie. Fourth down, third down, whatever you want, coach, you can put it in my hands. And that's what they did. That's how they got the win on the road.
And the best thing about Jayden is when it's fourth quarter or overtime, that's when he's at his best. We're all talking about these plays. Let's show you what we're talking about, because we have three right here. First play, first quarter. This is Scary Terry up top. It is clearly man-to-man. This is an alert. This isn't even in the first read. You should be throwing a deep
good
cross.
release.
Look at the pocket.
Yep, get to
Look
that
at
red
the ball
line.
placement. Look at the red line. The throw is perfect. The catch is perfect. I mean, you're taking a shot in the wild card game first quarter. Here's the fourth down touchdown to Scary Terry. He looks right, okay, doesn't like it, goes back, resets. Watch him reset back. right there. You see him, that little reset back, gets away from him, touchdown, 4th down, huge play in the game. Dan Quinn decided, and this is the scramble. This is the keeper, 3rd down. Okay, fake. He's hit 7 yards in the backfield. Baker might have a chance to get the game out of his hands. And then this center and right tackle, the blocking that it does, he dives forward for the 1st down. Ball game, game over. When the stuff hits the fan and it's on the road in a hostile environment, when you need to make a play, there's no one better right now than Jayden Daniels.
Let me say this quickly before we got to go to break. Shady and I said something off camera. This is the only thing I'm going to add to this block. Jayden Daniels played with 2 receivers that are now in the National Football League that were first-round picks. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. They had long seasons, incredibly long 17, 18-week seasons, and they were both at the game supporting him yesterday in Tampa. So that also speaks to what kind of person Jayden Daniels must be, that his former college teammates that just had incredibly long rookie seasons would say, hey, you know what? We'll come out and catch you in Tampa for your first playoff game. Not only is Jayden obviously a leader on the field, off the field, he must be doing something right.
Think about that, though.
Hey, what up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.